Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. This is my February wrap-up. As expected, I didn't get to all of my books, so I'm going to carry over my books from my February TBR that I didn't read. I'm going to bring them into March because I want to continue exploring the world of fairies and seeing people's different takes on it. And I also want to finish reading all the books from Holly Black that I have. So the first book I finished was The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew. I have not filmed a review for this yet. I think I'm going to film it probably tomorrow. Just because I'm still working out my thoughts on this book, even though I finished it at the beginning of the month. But yeah. Then I read the entire Folk of the Air trilogy. Let's just say it didn't go as expected as I thought I was going. I thought I was going to love it, and there were some really rough moments while reading this again. So I've not reviewed The Cruel Prince on my channel. I read this prior to starting really getting serious about filming videos for book 2. I have reviewed The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing, so you can go find those on my channel, or I'll link them in a card above so you can go watch those reviews because they're more thought out. I'm not going to review each of these separately. I'm going to do a retrospective review about my thoughts of the whole trilogy and characters and situations and stuff that happened in them. Probably going to film this tomorrow, so. Then I also read How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories, which is, I thought it was going to be a book completely focused on Cardan's point of view from his childhood, and while we do get some glimpses back from his childhood, it's also interspliced with the modern day story, so it takes place after the Folk of the Air trilogy. So we get to see Jude and Cardan kind of settling more into their roles as the High King and High Queen. And then I just started reading The Darkest Part of the Forest. I wasn't quite sure what to think going into this book. It's set primarily in the human world, and it focuses on Holly and Ben, which are a brother-sister duo, and their friend Jack, who is a changeling. So he's the child that the fairies left in place of the human child that they took. That's technically what a changeling is. And there's a fairy prince, or I don't know, he might not be a prince, who has been locked in a glass coffin for as long as anybody in the town can remember. And I'm at the point where he's out of his coffin, and Ben and Hazel have to go find him and maybe stop them. I don't really know. I thought maybe this was going to be set, I knew it was probably going to be set in the human world just based off the synopsis that I've read. But it focuses more on the human world outside of the Alder King's court. And we've never seen the Alder King. We've only seen the Alder King's son, Severin, who made an appearance in the Folk of the Air trilogy. So, yeah. As for the books that I'm going to read in March, I plan on wrapping up reading all my books by Holly Black. So, of course, that includes The Stolen Heir, which is a duology set after the Folk of the Air trilogy. So, it's focusing on Jude's half-brother or adoptive brother Oak and his story, and he's a teenager and everything. A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I've read on my channel and reviewed. An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. January's Owl Crate book, which is The Buried and the Bound, which I forgot to mention in my February TBR video, so it didn't make it in, but I'm talking about it now. Unseelie by Evelise Houseman, or Houseman, I don't know how you pronounce her name. And then Modern Fairy Tales by Holly Black, which are set in the same universe as, I believe, they're set in the same universe as the Folk of the Air trilogy and the Stolen Heir duology. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if it's just set in the same world, because it says Return to Fairy, so maybe it's set in the same world. Maybe we get to meet some characters from the Folk of the Air trilogy. I don't know, because I've never read it. And this is the bind up of Tithe, Valiant, and Ironside. So yeah, that is my February wrap up / March TBR, which I'm going to be calling Fairies 2.0 or Fairies the sequel. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye!